has been Shannon Miller, the #1 gymnast in the world by virtue of her world all-around title this spring at the World Championships, has won a team gold medal. She won an all-around gold medal the other day, and she opened the competition here with a vault gold medal, which happened earlier. Kathy, let's take a look at that performance.
It is just remarkable how consistent this gymnast is. Time and time again, she comes up with near perfect performances. Watch the landing on this vault. It's becoming her trademark. Legs perfectly together, and she doesn't budge. She scored a 9.8 with that vault. That vault is only worth a 9.8, so in essence, that was perfect.
Once again, Kathy, her technique is superb.
What's most impressive about this vault is the flare position after the twist. She opens up, spots for the landing, and as always, comes up with a perfect one.
So now Shannon Miller is getting ready to perform on the balance beam. Here are the final results of the competition in the vault. Shannon with a 9.775 average of 2 vaults earns the gold. Kim Arnold with a 9.7 earns the silver, and Heather Brink earns the bronze. You're also getting a look at Tanya Myers, who we'll see on the balance beam, and behind her is Carrie Strug, who just at 15 years old has been an Olympic bronze medalist and competed for the U.S. on 3 different World Championship teams.
She's really beginning to come into her own as an individual. She's been so consistent and been an excellent part of the U.S. team. As you mentioned, at 15 years of age, already 3 World Championships and Olympic Games. And this has been an opportunity for her to really shine. She's having a little bit of trouble with her calf muscle, unfortunately.
Well, I'm competing in the competition to mostly get my routines down before championships, and this is just kind of a fun meet that I get to do. The fun comes when you go to a competition and you do well there, and you get excited, and and you get to travel all over the place and meet new people.
There, of course, is Shannon Miller getting some final instructions from her coach, Steve Nuno, who has the top program for women's gymnastics in the country currently. In many ways, took over the reins from Bella Caroli, who has produced so many great champions down at his center in Houston, Texas. Now, many of the top gymnasts in the country are coming out of Edmond, Oklahoma, and Oklahoma City with Steve Nuno.
Shannon is first up on the balance beam for these events to come, and they want to leave room at the top for better performances, but she could definitely be the best. She was a tiny bit off on that front somersault mount, which is a new mount for her, but nobody would know because she covered so well. She normally goes into a dance element. Beautiful, very difficult combination, combining a dance element right into an acrobatic element. The rules have gotten much more difficult. They demand a higher level of difficulty from the gymnast. This is 2 layouts in a row. Excellent precision, as always. Watch this skill. It's very original. It's called the Miller.
Oh, and that one was right on. I think that's the best we've seen her perform that. Little extra pressure when you're performing a move that's named after you. You better hit it.
Shannon has always been superb on this event. Just an uncanny sense of balance and control. Here's a dismount, full twisting double back. Very nicely done. Shannon is so far ahead of the code of points. The level of difficulty isn't even in question for her. The routine is certainly worth a 10.0.
You can see that she is having a little bit of wincing in her face, and she's been struggling with a back problem for about a half a year. Some tendinitis in her lower back, and although the doctors say there's nothing serious, it is painful.
And unfortunately, because of the time of the season, she's getting ready for USA Championships. She really cannot rest it until after that. But as you said, the doctors cannot find anything wrong with it, so she's not doing damage, they feel. She certainly started off the balance beam competition very well.
Well, the score, a 9.9 for Shannon Miller, which earns a wave and a slight smile from a young lady who clearly seems to be in a little bit of pain. A little extra pressure on her because she's performing in somewhat of a homecoming. The grandparents are here. Well, this is one of her teammates up in Oklahoma City, of course, trained by Steve Nuno. This is Mariana Webster. She's 14 years old, originally from Missouri.
And won the bronze medal in the all-around competition.
Kind of a surprise here, wasn't she?
Similar skill that we saw Shannon Miller perform. Here's her tumbling sequence. 2 layout somersaults.
At 4'7" and 72 pounds, she is your typical height and weight of a world-class gymnast.
She tried the same skill in combination, which now is an important part of the new code of points. They can receive bonus points by combining difficult elements. One way to draw comparisons between the top gymnasts in the world and those who are up and coming. Little things like pointed toes and straight legs and full split in the leaps that we're just not quite seeing yet from this gymnast, but certainly will come.
First, congratulations from Peggy Liddick, who is the beam coach at the Dynamo Gymnastics program there in Oklahoma City. And take a look at that dismount one more time.
This is a double back in tucked position. It's become a very common dismount in gymnastics, and most of the gymnasts are now trying to add a twist to that to get a little more difficulty in.
It's funny, we talked with her, and she said she likes going to the movies, reading, horseback riding, shopping, and sewing. Now, I don't know how she has time for any of that. This young lady trains 8 hours a day, in the morning before school, and then in the evening.
Full schedule.
Now, Webster, our gymnastics competition will continue when we come back. And this young lady is 11-year-old Tanya Myers. She comes out of Atlanta, Georgia, where she hopes, of course, to compete in the 1996 Olympics in Atlanta. Right now, she's training in Oklahoma City.
And Bart, she won the American Classic this year, the junior division in the all-around and this event.
Look at her smile. How can she have the presence of mind to smile while she's going through this routine?
Especially after doing one of the most difficult jumps on the beam, that arch back with her head going all the way back. 2 layout step back. I know why she's smiling. She's made finals on beam with the big guys. She's competing against seniors here, competing in the finals. Made that her trademark. Tanya does it very well.
She's a 5th grader at Cassidy Middle School in Oklahoma City.
Wow, look at that flexibility. And she still has a smile on her face. Here's a dismount. Oh, she went for a triple twist. Almost made it. Just a little bit short on that twist. A very difficult dismount that has the highest rating in the new rules.
The crowd just loves her here. I don't think she has any idea how good she is, Kathy Johnson.
These are 2 layouts, back to back. You know, her legs are a little bit bent right now. She's 11 years old, though, and so many more years ahead of her to perfect all of these skills. Now, here's where